Previously we talked about uploading images and documents to Claude API. This time we go over batch processing for a significant cost reduction. 50% off input and output, for one thing, not needing your answer right this second. Submit up to 100,000 requests, come back in under an hour, pay half. If your workload doesn't need a response right now, not using this is leaving half the bill on the table. Create a batch, poll its status while it processes, and once it ends, stream results from a results URL as a file of JSON lines. Most batches finish in under an hour, but there's a hard 24-hour expiry. Anything still unprocessed past that simply expires, unbilled. The shape is simple. Create a batch with up to 100,000 requests in one call. It moves to in progress, and you poll its status. Most finish inside an hour. Once processing_status reads ended, you stream results from a results URL, one JSON object per line, rather than downloading the whole thing at once, because a 100,000 request batch is genuinely large. The one hard constraint hanging over all of it, a 24-hour expiry. Anything still unprocessed when that window closes simply expires, and you're not billed for it. This is the single most consequential batch gotcha, and the most commonly tested. Results come back unordered. The documentation's own example shows the second request finishing before the first. Any code that matches results to inputs by position is simply wrong, and it fails silently, misattributing output rather than crashing. Custom_ID is the only correct join key, and you set it yourself on every request before you submit. There's a second sting here too. Validation is deferred, so a malformed parameter buried in one of 50,000 requests only surfaces an hour later when the whole batch ends. The fix for both is the same habit. Dry run one request of each shape through the synchronous API first, before you commit 50,000 of them. For possible outcomes per request, and only one of them costs you anything. Succeeded includes the actual message and is the only billed result. Errored, cancelled, and expired are all free. You pay nothing for a request that failed validation, that you cancelled yourself, or that simply ran out of time in the 24-hour window. And one thing worth knowing, every request in a batch is processed independently, so one failing has zero effect on the rest. More common mistakes. 1. The two error classes mean different things. Invalid_request_error means fix the request body before resubmitting. Any other error type means you can just retry the same request as is. 2. The 29-day results retention counts from created_add, not from when processing finished, so don't assume you have 29 days from completion. 3. Use the 1-hour cache TTL for batches, not 5 minutes. Batches routinely run longer than that window, and even then, cache hits in a batch are best effort, observed between 30 and 98%. 4. The 300,000 token extended output beta only works on the batches API, because a generation that long can run over an hour, and no synchronous request can stay open that long. So, batching trades latency for a real 50% discount. Almost anything synchronous can be batched, and the one habit that saves you from the biggest gotcha is joining results on custom_ID and dry running each request shape before you commit thousands of them. Next up is attaching remote tool servers and packaged skills without writing an MCP client yourself. If clear, sensible thinking is what you are after, subscribing is the most direct way to get the next one. See you in the next video.